Okay guys, this is going to be a longer video, so I'm going to jump right into it and try not to beat around the bush too much. Hi, I'm Queen Osset Haru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it as well. And drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And if you can, stick around to the end because I'm going to read and discuss some positive comments from previous videos, okay? So this is something I thought would be very helpful because a lot of couples, like married couples, couples who've been together for a while, and sometimes new couples who just met, often ask me what are some things they can do to get to know each other. I always talk about not being sexual quickly. So they're like, all right, so what should we be doing? And I always talk about activities and things like that. So somebody sent this to me. It's actually a very random relationship therapy kind of technique. And I thought it would be fun because Aquarius does this all the time. So I'm going to read it to you, explain a little bit, and then illustrate how I did it myself, okay? So the woman who posted this, her name is Brittany C. At Hippie Counselor. And this is on Twitter. I got this from, well, somebody sent it to me, but they got it from Twitter. So Brittany said here, okay, this is random, but a common exercise I use to build the relationship in therapy is to have my clients create a list of 5-ish songs they will want someone to hear to get to know them better. What's yours? So as soon as I saw this, I was like, this is genius because Aquarius do this all the time. How many Aquarius out there? Let me know in the comment section. Raise your hand in the comment section if you do this. Do you send people songs that explain you and they may or may not get them? A lot of times I've come to find some people do, and some people just they totally missed the mark. I sent somebody a song one time, and his interpretation horrified me. It really did. I stopped sending him songs. I stopped sending him songs about me. I just sent him songs at random. I'm like, I don't even want to hear your interpretations anymore. So some of the times Aquarius do this. I've done it many, many, many times. So I figured, okay, I'll do this. So my first thing I want to tell you is I pick 5 songs, and I'm going to tell you the name of the song and the people that sing it, and I'm going to tell you what it says about me. This is how I would do this exercise with another person. And I would do it on a video, or I would write it out and then have them do the same thing and then switch them and read them and discuss them. So that could be a really great therapeutic activity. And it also doesn't have to be something that you just do one time. The two of you might sit down and talk about this, you know, more than once. As new music is discovered, new songs come out, you can kind of expand this, you know, as the years or months go along. Another thing, you can do this in levels. Because I would do this with somebody who I was either already with or somebody I was getting to know. But the difference is that if it's somebody I'm just getting to know, I probably won't reveal as much. You know, you got to be kind of careful because you don't know this person. So you don't want to give them too much ammunition and then they take advantage of you. So you got to be careful about who you do this with. It needs to be somebody that either you are already committed to, or keep it light and just talk about songs that talk about your fun side or things like that. You know, be careful what you reveal and to whom. I didn't do that with mine. Mine is all my favorite songs, so they're really like, you know, deep, okay? So let's talk about the songs. My first song is Don't Know Much. Don't Know Much is a song by Linda Ronstadt and Aaron Neville. They are Aaron Neville, and they're both very popular, but you might not hear their music a lot now. These are older songs for the most part. So what does Don't Know Much tell you about me, according to me? Well, number one, it tells you that I am a hopeless romantic, which I definitely am. I like old-fashioned romance. I'm very old-fashioned in that way, even though I'm new-fashioned in some other ways, but in that way, I'm very old-fashioned. And that's the second one. It tells you that I'm an old-fashioned romantic. So I'm a hopeless romantic, which means I believe in it wholeheartedly, and I'm an old-fashioned romantic. The third one says, I believe strongly in the transformative power of love. I do. I believe that love is the strongest force on the planet, literally. And I also think it's one of the most underutilized things, because most people go right to aggression, you know? We don't think about going to love and its transformative powers. We don't even think like that most of the time. But when a song like this plays, that's what comes to me. It also tells you that this belief in transformative power of love is all there is and all I need to know. I always talk about that because that's the chorus of the song. So I feel like, you know, there's many things in the world. You know, there's many feelings, there's many things that go right and wrong. There's dark, there's light, there's many things. But to me, it's like, that's it. You know, that's just like, to me, that's just it. But that's the hopeless romantic in me. It also says that I know a great deal. I do know a great deal. But I know enough to know that that is not really that much. There's still so much more to find out. So the name of the song being Don't Know Much is like, yeah, I know a lot, but I know there's a lot more that I don't know. And that was the last one. Okay. And I also said with the one about knowing a great deal, that it's nothing compared to the truth about love. So again, more into that hopeless romantic. So that's my first song. And somebody who is, you know, getting to know me, this would be helpful. Because if they're not into romance, they should not date me. Because we're both going to find ourselves unhappy. So that's a really important one. Number 2, my second song is Love Makes Things Happen by Pebbles and Babyface. Now, what does this tell you about me? Well, if you're paying attention, it tells you that love has no boundaries. And that's my belief. I believe you can fall in love probably with anybody who is, I'm gonna say, of age and of the cognitive abilities, you know, and of course there's some, you know, some social norms to that. You know, you're not going to fall in love with your cousin. Well, I think some people have, but I don't recommend it. But there's some social norms to it. But I think that for the most part, things like, you know, age, for example, as long as they're of age, I don't think that's a problem. So if you're 30 and your lover is 50, so what? You know, I don't think something like that is a problem. I don't think it has boundaries. I think that you could fall in love with somebody from another culture, from another religion. I don't think it has any of those boundaries that we place on it. Love has no preferences. So it doesn't matter what you prefer. I've seen people who fell in love with somebody who was definitely not their type. Like, totally. And I'm like, okay. I remember a woman once, she fell in love with this guy, and she had been a lesbian. She had never been in a relationship with a man. And she fell in love with a man and she married him. And everybody in the community was shocked. And I was just like, man, love makes things happen. You know? I've also seen people, like I said, types. I've seen a lot of types. So someone who's into this person or into that person, and like, for instance, I'm into tall men, for example. A friend of mine, always into tall men. Every guy she dated had to be so tall. And the guy she married is her height. He's not tall at all. So I was like, okay. So these preferences, love has no preferences, and it will push past your preferences if you do have them. Love can change anything. Remember I talked about the transformative power? If you put love on a situation, you can probably change just about anything. Two people who hate each other, if they're willing to sit down and put real love and light on a situation, they can change it. It just, most people never do. You never know who you're going to love. I definitely believe that 100% based on the first three. Definitely. I think you never know. You think you know. And then one day somebody walks in and you're like, whoa, who are you? Where have you been all my life? Love is powerful. I definitely believe it's powerful. I think that the problem is that people often associate love with heartache. And I'm like, no, I'm not talking about, getting your heart hurt. I'm talking about really loving and caring about another person. I think people think about the negatives or what could go wrong more so than the beauty and the power of it. Love has many forms, has many different forms, such as eros and agape. Eros is romantic love. Agape is love between, if I'm not mistaken, is people loving God, loving Goddess, loving spirituality. Then there's loving your family. That's a different kind of love. So if you want to know more about this, these are the ones that the Greeks use. So you can type into Google different types of love. And if you put in Greek, this will probably come up. So it's a whole bunch of different ones, but Eros is the one that I remember specifically because I use it a lot. My third song, okay, number three. Number three is Here I Go Again by Whitesnake. This is one of them rock and roll, hardcore kind of songs, very different than the other two. And this song really speaks to the independence of Aquarius. So what does this tell you about me? It tells you that I'm not afraid to go at it alone if love isn't being served. Now remember, I said I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm not stupid. If you're not giving me what I want, deuces. Number two, I've walked before and I'll walk again if need be. Because a lot of people, if they think that you're a hopeless romantic, they assume you're going to put up with their shit. And I'm not. So they need to know this up front. If you're not going to treat me right, you're going to lose me. Goddess Offset will always give me the strength to carry on. That is definitely true. It even says that in the song. I don't need to know where I'm going because I know where I've been. Some of the times people get hung up on the future, planning the future. Where is the future? What am I going to do in the future? And I don't get caught up in the future. I get caught up in the present moment. And I'm like, okay, I take it one step at a time. So I don't really need to know where I'm going. I just need to know the lessons from where I've been, and that will guide me forward. The Akan have a saying for that. They have a symbol. The symbol is the Sankofa bird. And the Sankofa bird is looking behind him, but walking forward. So always walk forward, but don't forget the past. All right, we're almost done. Only got two more. So my fourth song is Second Chance. Second Chance is by El DeBarge. Now, anybody who knows El DeBarge was very famous when I was younger. I mean, he was the man. I mean, his voice, I don't know anybody. I probably could think of somebody if I sat, but he had one of the most beautiful voices. He has one of the most beautiful voices. So he had a really bad drug problem. And in about 2005, I think it was, he tried to come out with a new album after having been gone for like 20 years. And the album was called Second Chance. So the main song on it, Second Chance, this is what it tells you about me. This song like really moved me when I heard it. It tells me that my mistakes from the past still haunt me. And they do. They definitely do. I spend a lot of time telling myself to be grateful because those experiences led me here. So that's where I'm at with that one. But that is what it tells me. The second one is Goddess Offset gave me a second chance, which she definitely did. Probably more than second. Probably fifth or sixth or 20th, 9 times out of 10, but definitely gave me a second chance. Number 3, self-love and my devotion to Goddess Offset has rescued me. Definitely. Definitely. That's what changed my whole life. Definitely. Goddess Offset is the only reason why I'm here. That's true. I would not be here if it wasn't for her. A lot of people know, I went through a lot of difficulties, and that was my strength. Goddess Offset blessed me because I did the work. People always ask me, how did you get all these blessings and I can't get none? And I'm like, you can get some too. You just got to do the work. That's the thing most people don't want to do. They want the blessings without the work. And you do get some blessings without work. Some things just come to you because it's meant to come to you, or because you had faith or something like that. But if you really want to change your life, if you want to be blessed with a changed life, it oftentimes does require work, effort on your part. And I changed my karma by changing my actions. So the second chance comes from all of this change that I had to do myself. And the last song is number 5. Number 5 is I Would Do Anything for Love by Meatloaf. Another rock song, old song from like the 80s. And what this tells you about me is that I am wide open. I'm very open as far as love is concerned. I'm very open to love, and I'm very open to the things that go along with it. I would do anything for love. If it's true love, I will do anything for love. Like my daughter, any of y'all out there with kids, you know what I mean. Anything for the love of our kids, the love of some of us as different family members or our spouse, anything for love. And I'll be there until the very end. So once I do make a commitment, because I have not, but if I ever do make a commitment, I will definitely be there to the very end. But I will not put up with no shit. He talks about that in the song. He says, I will do anything for love, but I won't do that. And that is my that. I won't put up with your shit. And by shit, I mean abuse. I will be there. I will be in there. I will hang in there. I will commit. But if you are even give me the inclination of abuse, you're going to be wondering where I'm at for the rest of your life. I'm not going to do that. Now, oh my goodness. All right, so this is where it gets really interesting now. The first one says, even though I don't talk to my exes, I still honor the love and affection we shared. That's the first one. Okay. Now, the rest of these are things that I need from the person I'm actually going to commit to. So this also, if the person is paying attention and if this is what they want, this is where they need to really perk up their ears, because this is what I need. I need someone who lifts me higher, but brings me back to earth when I drift off. Because air signs will go off into the stratosphere. They got to pull me back down when I'm tripping, okay? I need someone who loves to travel. Very important. I need someone who makes me feel something. I need to feel something. I've been in so many relationships and didn't feel a connection. And the person is like, oh, I love you, I care about you, or this, or that. And I'm like, I don't feel nothing with and for you. I feel nothing. I didn't say that to him, but that's what I'm thinking. So I need to feel something. They have to invoke emotion in me. I need someone who can keep up with me sexually. Very important. Very, very important. I need someone who is faithful. I'm a monogamous person, so I need someone who is monogamous. If they're not monogamous, that's cool. They just can't be with me. I don't have nothing against it. It's just not my thing. I need someone who teaches me new, exciting things. This is so important. I can't be with somebody who is stagnant. I need them to teach me new things. I need us to discover new things together. I need someone who will never forget to do these things. Very simple. After a while, they forget everything. It's a brief interlude, another midsummer night's fling, and you see that it's time to move on. So I need them to not forget these things because if they forget these things, guess who's moving on? Let's see. I need us to hold each other sacred. This relationship, for me to commit to it, it needs to be sacred. I don't want somebody who's, like I said, unfaithful, or somebody who doesn't take our union as sacred. And the way you take a union as sacred is that you treat it like it's important to you. And how many of you have been with somebody who didn't treat you or the relationship like it was important, but wanted you to step up to the plate, wanted you to keep engaging in the relationship? I'm not going to do it. I need someone who can make everyday magic. Magic isn't just about casting spells. Magic is everyday magic. The color of the sky, the color purple, the color red, flowers, laughter. Everyday magic is little simple things that make you happy and make you feel good. I need to be around someone who can make everyday magic out of little simple things. And I need to feel the wonder and awe of life with this person. That goes along with the magic, because life is wonderful or life is awful. It's up to us. So I want somebody who can help me have more of that wonder, that awe, in just everyday life. That optimism. So those are my 5 songs. If you would like to share your 5 songs, please feel free. I would love to hear what they are. And like I said before, if you want to do this with somebody else, it could be really therapeutic, and it could really help you understand what you're getting into or what you're not going to get into. Because if I send somebody these 5 songs and they're not with these things, or they know they can't step up, it's best that they just be like, I'm gonna leave this alone. Leave it alone, because it's not going to go well. That's how I see it. So let me know what you guys think about your songs. So now we're going to do some positive comments. The first one is from my girl Luz Lopez. Hey Luz, how you doing, girl? Luz said, I internalize a lot too. That's because growing up in our household, we were limited to having a voice or opinion. Yeah, a lot of parents don't give their children a voice or an opinion. And in present times, I see more parents trying to, give them some autonomy. So I think that's good. I mean, the bottom line is that as the parent, your way is the highway. But it is possible to give your kids and the people in your family, just some autonomy, like what color you want to wear today, or, what spoon you want to use, little things like that. And as they get older, it helps them to be able to have a voice and to be more decisive. Al Carter, what's up, Al? Al said, want to know what's funny, Queen? As me and my Aquarius get closer, when I go home after spending days with him, he always says he misses me, or it feels empty without me being there. That's a very, very good sign. An Aquarius who's willing to give up their free time to spend time with you, very good sign. Excellent sign. All right, guys, time for us to get going. Thanks for hanging out with me. Talk to you later.